And we're live on there, and we're on there. Hello and welcome to In Around Plays. My name is Craig, and today we're going into the mucky dark depths of Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl. And today we are playing with the Necrobloom, which is a legendary creature plant. And whenever a land hits the battlefield under my control, I create a 0/1 green plant creature. However, if I have 7 lands with different names on the battlefield, I create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Land cards in your graveyard have dredge too, so we can bring them back by discarding by not drawing a card that turn, by milling it instead. So I've built. Hello there, y'all. How the devil are you? Thank you ever so much for joining. So I built 2 versions of this deck, because the first version I built was just tokens, and I thought I'm just going to build a great token deck. This idea came to Vibus and I from the last stream, if you've not watched that. So yeah, so we built this. We wanted to build this token deck, and we decided Necrobloom would be the perfect commander. So I built the deck around that. Necrobloom goes into a bit of a hell queue, and it goes against really difficult decks. And I'm not sure I can pilot it, and I was losing a lot of games, more than I was winning. And I was thinking, well, maybe I've just built it bad. So I created this deck instead, which is half token, half landfall. So this deck, we've got ways to bring stuff back, like with Chthonian Nightmare, Reanimate, stuff like that. We've got lots of landfall triggers like Scute Swarm. We've got lots of ramping. And what we want to do is we want to go nice and wide, so we've got lots of tokens, we've got removal, and then we can get to the hoof and we can do massive damage. Yeah, so that's what this deck is all about. I've played with most of these cards before, so if you want to have a look at any of my previous streams and videos, you will likely see a lot of these cards, because I do tend to play with a lot of the same stuff. But we are creating more tokens with things like Kuina Gourmet. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Who's a Final Fantasy creature, and you create a frog whenever you create a token. And we've obviously got Where Are You, Chatterfang, and we've got some other good token generators. Well, actually, they don't necessarily generate tokens themselves unless something else is generating a token. And that's what I was finding I was getting a lot of in the other deck. Anyway, I'm waffling. So let's get into the queue and let's see how this one plays for a bit. And then we can go into the other deck if we're losing to this one. I did have the final game I played last night. It was against another white... Was it? Yeah, I think it was just a white deck. I ended up having like 250 Scutes. I had the Mirkwood bats on the battlefield, and then I attached that green enchantment to Mirkwood to create another copy of it whenever I play a land. And I was creating so many Mirkwood bats. I was doing damage after damage after damage, creating so many Scutes that it went absolutely mental. But the problem is, they had on the battlefield the angel that you can't win the game, you can't lose the game, and your opponent can't win the game. But because I had so many Mirkwood bats on the battlefield, I had so many defenders that they couldn't attack with anything, and I was just creating these Scutes, and then it went in a loop where I was just creating all these Scutes. They were losing so much damage. I think they were on minus 400, 300 life or something like that by the end. And then it said you need to make another action, otherwise this game will end in a draw. Great token generator, great counter generator. We've got access to mana but no green, but there is plenty of ramping in this deck. I'm going to keep it. I think it's too good with Warden of the Grove. Yeah. Problem is, I might not be able to play anything next turn. I didn't even look. We're going against Lamb, so whenever they play a non-creature spell, and I haven't seen Lamb for months, and then now I'm going against loads of Lamb. Anyway, Lamb. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, conjure a card named Monastery Mentor onto the battlefield. But what I did do was I won against the Lamb by doing Toxic Deluge, and that was really nice. Again, no green mana. I may regret not mulliganing here. Don't make us sharp. Ah. Oh. As much as I want green mana, Dollmaker's Shop is what I also had on the battlefield. So all of my creatures were crazy big. So yeah, they couldn't defend, which is how I was able to survive against all of the indestructible angels. No, they weren't indestructible, but they weren't able to attack, but they didn't have to block. So yeah, it went on for ages and then it drawed. But I was playing, I was giving everything the counters, I was playing all the lands. It was, you know, because I had Bristly Bell out, so I was putting counters on stuff. I was playing lands and I was all the scutes and yeah, it was mental. May as well have that into tap. Players can't untap more than one non-basic land. That's going to be a problem for me. Let's get Zephyroth down. Reprieve? Are they going to reprieve it and return it to my hand? I don't know, but that feels like that's what's coming right now. Anyway, I hope you're all doing good. Mana Tithe. Prick. Okay, nice. Brilliant. Warden of the Grove first. And then we can do Chatterfang next turn unless they kill it. Because Chatterfang entering, creating a token with Warden of the Grove, we're going to end up with a Squirrel. Problem with Lamb is the Monastery Mentor creates a token whenever you're playing on. So here we go. This is where they go and they get very big and very wide. Probably from this point I've already lost the game, and this is what I mean. Each game it's hell queue and I'm just not sure I'm a good enough player to match against this kind of stuff. So we'll untap that because we need the green. That's good in this deck as well, but I can only play one. It's got to be Chatterfang. And we can create a token. So now we've got 2 tokens already. We can't kill anything, but we could. Oh, it's only till end of turn though. No point. We'll just sit pretty. I'm not going to attack in because as much as I want to create those tokens, I don't want Warden of the Grove to die. So Warden of the Grove is going to keep getting bigger. So everything that enters now is going to create a token, my choice, and then yeah. The problem I'm having is only being able to unblock. Fucking deck. Yeah, fair. That's totally fair. What a prick. We do have removal. I also need the green. See, Mentor's going to get nice and one, but he doesn't have reach or anything, but then neither does Necrobloom. I mean, they could have a reprieve. So I can't create a token this turn. I've got no removal. but we have got a big creature, but they've got prowess and they're going to get big as well. So we'll block one of the 4s, we'll block one of the 4s, and we'll block one of the 4s, and I think I'm dead regardless. I don't want to lose Chatterfang. 5 plus 9, so 14. No, I'm dead. I don't think they need to do that, but I'm dead because of the 2-2, so fuck off. I should have defended with Chatterfang. Okay, there we go. GG. GG, lamb. And this is who we're going against. It's decks like this that you just shuts you down so easily, and they're so high powered. So, and it feels like I've gone from a queue where it's sort of my level, and it's over the past like couple of days since I've started playing with Chatterfang and Mycotyrant and now Necrobloom, it seems like it's put me in this of nastiness, and that's bad. And I don't know why, because it, I'm still the same player. I still have to, I'm still learning, obviously. So, yeah, not good. But hey, that's the game. And I keep getting error on YouTube. I hope it's okay. I hope you can see me okay. Let me know if there's an issue. Right, mono green. We're going against Oja, which is an issue. Token generator works really well with Chatterfang. I don't have Chatterfang. I have access to all the colours. Token generator. Land creator, not creator, but grabber. That's what I'm going to keep. Maybe Necrobloom isn't meant to be played as a token deck. Maybe it's more of a land deck. Necrobloom's my favourite deck to play in EIRL out of the decks I've built. Yeah, I love it, but it's just hell queue. So I might need your help. Is tokens the right way to go? I don't know. But I love tokens, so that's the way I went. Maybe landfall is a better version of the deck and concentrate on that. When it has worked though, God, it works so well. And every turn I'm creating plants and then copies of stuff, and I love Fear of Ridicule. I just wish its toughness was a bit bigger. Okay, we can play lands from graveyard, so that's good. We may as well play that, and we'll play Aftermath Analyst, which is going to mill some cards. Elesh Norn in the graveyard. Problem. Anyway, Josh, how you doing? Feels like I've not seen you for a little while. How have you been? We've got a blocker, so that's good. Right, so Oja, Trample, 6/5. So Oja deals combat damage to a player. Reveal that many cards from the top of your library. You may put a creature card and/or a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom if you're in a random order. I don't think I'm going to win this game. It's got Trample. They're going to go very wide with massive creatures. Sworder, mine is tokens landfall, but it's only to trigger Mirkwood Bats as a finisher. Yes, this is what I was saying. I don't know if you caught it at the beginning. The last game I played last night was against a white deck, and they had Thingy Angel on the battlefield where they can't lose the game and I can't win the game. And I had Mirkwood Bats out, and I attached the enchantment Spring thingy to it, and Chatterfang. So I was creating all these tokens, and I was playing lots of lands. It's going to hit anyway, so yeah, and it's going to do it twice because of Raymond Throne. Yeah, so I had countless Mirkwood Bats. I was creating countless tokens with Scute Swarm, and I also had out It wasn't an angel deck because most of their creatures were on the floor, they weren't flying. But I had on the battlefield the dollhouse. So I had all my creatures were like 20 something. It was mental. Right, there is 0 point in playing Fear of Ridicule because I can't attack. Isotil, they can play stuff from their graveyard. No point playing Squirrel because they'll kill it with Haywire Might. The reason I went for that and not a treasure token is because I just want to be a bit bigger. Because we can kill now. I could triple block Ojer, which would become a land. Icetel's great new addition from Necrobloom. Yeah, he's in this. He's in this battlefield. He is awesome in this battlefield, in this deck. He's in both versions of my deck. Is it worth triple blocking when no doubt they attack? Okay, it becomes a land and then they can just transform it again. But that means their creatures, they'll have 2 blockers, so I can't attack with Fear, Ridicule. But they can bring it back. Does it put it back in their hand? Yeah, it just goes straight to the battlefield. Okay. Alright. I'm cooked, guys. I am cooked. This is what it's been like for me the past few days, and I don't know what's changed. I really hope fuck, I'm done. Okay, Oriora Boyd is going to make their creatures fucking massive. Yeah. What can you possibly answer to that? It's just ridiculous. Nothing in my deck goes that hard. But it's putting me against decks that go that hard, and I think it's because I've got Chatterfang in here, to be honest. Because I think once because I know that it has an algorithm, if that's the right word. It has like a, you know, not an algorithm. It's not the right word. It has a, yeah, like it tallies your deck and puts you against, tries to put you against decks that are similar power, and I think Chatterfang is up there, so it's putting me against decks that are up there, because this is a mid-level token deck, I would suggest. I mean, it does have some good finishes with like Mirkwood Bats and stuff, especially Mirkwood Bats mixed with Springheart Nantuko, creating a token of that. Mirkwood Bats is just chef's kiss. But Josh, are you seeing anything in here? Deck weighting. Josh, are you seeing anything in here that I shouldn't have or that I need to add? I mean, ramp. Yeah, I don't know if I've not got enough ramp. You know, because it is green, there should be lots of ramp. I've got 40 lands. Maybe I should take out stuff and put more lands in. Maybe I should have an Oriora Boyd. I'm just not sure where I'm going wrong with this one. Because like I say, when it works really well. But it's getting to the point of being able to play my stuff, and I'm just constantly going against decks that just seem to have everything they need to stop me, or, you know, or go super big, super wide. I mean, it's fantastic that it's putting me against other creature decks. Having said that, this has been happening to me for the past week or so, not just the past couple of days, because I think it's since I've started playing with Mycotyrant, and I've been playing with that off stream because it's probably one of my favourite decks so far. And then I unlocked Necrobloom last stream, but just because like we came up with the idea of making a tokens deck, and what was the perfect token colours? White, black, green. Okay, what's the best commander for that? And we've decided on Necrobloom. Orioroboid would be decent in here, yeah. I mean, it's decent in every deck, isn't it? Let's be fair. And what's the other one? The alchemy card that's come out. The one that whenever you play a creature, fetches you a land. No. Orioroboid. When you... Is it when you play a creature or when you cast a creature, maybe? It's green. And it's alchemy. I know that much. You see, Quirion, great, should be great in this deck. Getting those counters. Hey, finally able to catch a live. How are you today? I'm good, Travis. How the devil are you? Thank you for joining. Wild Weave, that's the one I was thinking of. So whenever you cast a creature spell, seek a land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. I mean, that's pretty cool. Maybe this deck just needs to be landfall. Because I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put Tyvar in here because I can create elves. And then, you know, my other deck is like, oh yeah, planeswalkers that do all that. I see a lot of bombs and powerful cards can maybe cut some of them to build more of a synergy. I like self-milling here. I don't follow the alchemy card, sorry. Yeah, so what do you think to Wild Weave? I'm good. Good, I'm glad. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I was just saying, I don't know how much you've caught, but I was just saying how this deck gets put against really high-powered decks, and I'm really struggling with it. Because it's sort of half a landfall and half token deck. Like... Chatterfang is phenomenally good, but it's very rare that I'm able to get Chatterfang onto the battlefield and then able to go off on squirrels. That sounded really wrong. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not able to create enough squirrels to do anything with it by the time, you know. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I've not got enough token generators to really go against. But then I've built another version of the deck that's just token, and it just doesn't work. Like, yeah. Is it like last stream against all VV? No, I've not seen VV, but it's things like Lamb. The last one we went against was... so we lost to Lamb, and then we lost to Mono Green Ojer. Yesterday I was paired against all sorts. My mind has gone blank. It's always blank, but I don't see a lot of VVs. Not a lot of VVs. I'll say that, and then the next game will be against a VV. Yeah, maybe I cut Chatterfang. As much as I love it, too many desperate token generators. Our commander can generate all the tokens we need. Yeah, maybe it's just landfall. Maybe we need to take away the token generators. So, like, take out Chatterfang. As much as I love Chatterfang, I don't think it's working in this deck, in all honesty. So if I take away Chatterfang, Peregrine Tuca I like, because I like the draw and food for life gain. So I think out of those two, maybe cut Queener rather than Fool of a Took. No, I can do better than that. Fool of a Took. No, I can do better than that. Fool of a Took. No, that's crap. I'll work on it. Okay. Warden of the Grove is one of my favourite cards from Takir. I built a Faramir token deck that I win a lot. Yeah, I love Faramir. I think it's a great card. I am thinking of doing a white token deck next because I love tokens. I don't want you guys to get bored of me playing tokens, but I'm thinking, because I've built so many multicoloured decks, I'm thinking of just doing a monocolour, and because I mostly play with green, I was thinking of doing white instead. That sounds wrong without context. We are in Golgari, so we can add some more of the food synergies if we want. Yeah. Is there landfall food triggers? Right, let's... Wildwood Mentor, Chef's Kiss in a token deck, because it's getting bigger and then we can make something bigger. Augur of Autumn has to be in any landfall deck. I think maybe you're right with the milling. Like, maybe what would be better would be Mycotyrant rather than the token generators. Because with things like Chthonian Nightmare, Zephyroth, we can be killing stuff and then bringing it back. And then doing loops of death and whatnot. I've added so many cards based on your streams. Really? Oh, that's nice. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. Sometimes I'm okay at building stuff. Okay, right. So maybe we need to get rid of some of this high-end, like Exalted Sunborn. We've already got one token doubler. Plus, that would double as well. Mirkwood Bats is just awesome. I think Thalia is great for slowing them down. In Golgari, it's probably the best Golgari creature there is. I haven't got access to the other Gitrog, which is a shame. Some removal, Oriora Boyd, Ice Till from the graveyard, Conduit was from the graveyard. Grave Pact works awesome with, obviously, sacrificing. So maybe if I go down the sacrificing milling route, I like Altar of Brawl, but we're not milling much. But maybe we should mill. Maybe we should mill. Altar. You see, I've got Altar of... Is that the one you said? No. But that's good, though, for this deck. If we go down the mill sacrificing route, Exalted is so niche on the extra token it gets removed too fast. Yeah, I think that's right. Called to get rid of that. I think it's uncommon. I don't have any uncommon wild cards, unfortunately. I've only got a common. So what I could... I definitely think Mycotyrant. If we're going down the sacrificing milling route, I think Mycotyrant is obviously great for that. Alright, let's think. Let's have a look at landfall. Thing is, my Mycotyrant deck was quite good, wasn't it? I still lost that. I don't have Mesmeric Orb. I really wish I had Mesmeric Orb. I've seen Amazonian use as Mesmeric Orb. And every time she plays it, I'm like, God, nice, I like that. I just don't have it. Landfall. No, why am I looking there? Okay. You see, we could go down the landfall. I just feel like I do that all the time. Urz's Cave is good in Necrobloom 2. Okay, Urz's Cave. I don't know if I'm going to have that either. Yes, I do. Okay. Right, let's go through what we can get rid of here. You see, I like Jadar because it creates the token each turn, but in a mill sacrificing deck, it's quite good, and so is Wick. Not Wick. Lord Skitter, because we can get rid of their stuff from graveyard. Creates us a rat token. Rosie Cotton is great. That's another thing I had on the battlefield on my last game last night. Putting +1/+1 counters whenever I create a token with Scute Swarm. That's all I was doing, just putting constant, and it said you need to do another action. And it's like, well, how can I do another action? But I'm taking action. It's not like I'm not taking actions, so it shouldn't time out. I'm taking actions. God damn it. I don't think... Yeah, let's get rid of that. That's quite good for card draw. I love Lord Skitty, yeah, such a great card. Cultivated Colossus is my big finisher in Necrobloom. Don't have it. I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, nice. I think we're going to change it to a landfall deck, aren't we? Sacrifice. So, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep Astral Titan for the landfall. I'm going to get rid of Dollmaker's thing, although it does help. Do you think Dollmaker... If I keep, let me know, and then I'll re-add it. Thalia is great for blocking. Nice, big, hefty creature. Just removal, counters, graveyard, killing, sacrificing, getting rid of any of my things, get rid of theirs, removal, creating a treasure token I like. Is it great? Waystone Guidance. Waystone Guidance is going to give tokens plus ramp. Great card. And I also think Lumra's got to go in. Oh shit. Something's going on with my internet. Definitely me. I can see the missus is looking at the Wi-Fi, so I'm assuming hers is gone as well. Yeah, it keeps cutting out, keeps coming in and out. Yeah, it's saying my messages are failing now. But the internet says it's green. I don't know if my last message went through, so if I'm just repeating myself, I'm sorry, and I hope I haven't. Josh, Travis, you still here? Can you see? No, the message isn't going through. But the game's running, so that's odd. Okay. I'm going to keep talking and hope that... Oh, that's such a good card as well. Okay. I think it's fixed, sorta, for a sec. Yeah, my messages aren't going through. Okay, so I can't write messages to you, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. Now it's saying excellent connection again. We upgraded a few weeks ago to like the super fast fiber. You know, we already had fiber broadband, but we were told that our broadband wasn't great and it was going to reach every room in the house, and it's this newfangled type of interweb streaming good stuff, and it's been worse. It was worse than the previous box, so yeah, I need to sort that out really, but it's never been like this before. And we're getting more power cuts as well, but that's a government electric issue, I think. Anywho, right, so hopefully you can see the stream. So I can't talk, I can't send messages, so I'm going to keep trying, but if it keeps happening and it's just not working, I'm going to have to cut the stream here, and then we'll then try again on Sunday with Necrobloom and hope that it's working. So we'll do that. But anyway, well, I'll try and carry on as we are at the minute. So, not your internet. Don't panic. It's mine. It's not yours. It's mine. So while it was going a bit weird, so I don't know if you saw, I added in Palantir of Orthanc, I added in Old Rustine, and I added in Ren and Karga. I realise that I've got quite a lot of removal in here, but I don't have Toxic Deluge or any board wipes, so I think I'm going to have to add one of them. And I think it's going to be Toxic Deluge, because then I can control, hopefully... Oh, silly boy. Hopefully I can keep my stuff alive. Right. So now I need to get rid of 3 things. They always say good stuff. Need removal for sure. Yeah. But now what do I get rid of? Now I'm thinking, because there's not a lot of food generating, I'm thinking Peregrine Took has got to go. The Hoof is a great ender, especially if we've got lots of tokens. Skull Prophet, great card for mill deck. Insidious Roots, great card for a token deck that has tokens. Life Generator, and we can play extra lands, so that's good. I was going to say I'm quite low on creatures. Having said that, we'll be creating a lot of, hopefully, a lot of creatures with Necrobloom. So I think Waystone's Guidance. As much as I love that card, because it creates tokens and tokens get +1/+0, I'm getting rid of it. I need to get Roots at some point. I bet it's expensive in real life. Let me have a look on Card Market. Stand by. I took a screenshot of my last night's game and I was going to show you, but it's on my tablet and I forgot to send it. Oh, it's not even letting me sign in. There we go. Okay, I'm on. Right, let's have a look. Insidious Roots. It is. Drumroll, please. Let's look for an English card. It starts at 45p, but they're not English cards. They're French and Spanish. The first British card is 71p. It's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be quite expensive, to be fair. I can't see comments, so let me just go back. Hang on. I'm really hoping that the connection's better. I'm sorry that it went bad. Right, so let's see how this gets on. I don't know how it's going to get on, but we'll see. And then, yeah, I'll show you my tokens deck. Not the worst. Yeah. Considering how some cards can get, it's mental. I wanted to get Ocelot Pride. Jesus Christ. Just for a small cat. Connection seems good now. Brilliant. It was obviously just glitching for some reason. Okay, Genova, I've seen a couple of these as well. Agent Calamity. They're going to be able to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature and make it a mutant each turn. We've got some token generators. We've got some land fetching. We've got no black mana. Yeah, maybe the ramps off in this deck. I'm going to keep it though, because Scute in this deck is just phenomenal. Still no access to. I'm gonna play that rather than, because nothing's on the battlefield. Yeah, so they put a +1/+1 counter equal to Genova's power onto another creature and it becomes a mutant. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. And that sounds fine because it's only a 1/5, but then they'll be able to, because it's green, they'll be able to put lots of counters on it. Oh, Scute an open hand, yeah. I don't like to play Scute until I know I'm getting Scutes rather than bugs. So I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play Aftermath Analyst instead, which I know isn't going to trigger anything, but my one board wipe, which would probably be handy in this deck, to be fair. Is there anything that brings back... I mean, I know there are lots in red and blue, playing instants and sorceries from your graveyard. Woe Strider. White mana is not what I need. God, getting Thalia out would be amazing. Here's the thing. They're playing black and green. They'll have lots of removal. Because next turn, we can play Thalia and or the Necrobloom. Let me think. Sorry, when I go quiet, it's because the cogs are... do I play my commander or Thalia? I think Thalia. Oh, my internet's gone again. For God's sake. Okay, we've got some removal. I don't think Thalia's going to be long for this world. Twitching Doll, okay. Oh no, it's out again. Hopefully I can catch it later or on the next one. Got to get the kids ready for school. Hope to see you soon. Travis, thank you ever so much for joining. I hope you can hear me. I'm so sorry about my internet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. It's too bad. So sorry guys, I'm sorry, but I'll be back on Sunday, and I love you all. Thank you for trying to watch. Yeah, it's tough one. Take care. Bye.